Heart of the Matter wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsors, Coast News Group, Godania Organic Eatery, Repegs, and John Milkowski Tax Law. Together, let's get to the heart of the matter. Welcome to the Heart of the Matter podcast. I'm Junon.
I'm Dr. Lisa Lewis. And today we've got Jeff Stoner with us today from No Fixed Agenda podcast. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, awesome. And before we start, we always gift. Are you a Chardonnay guy or a Rosé guy?
Oh my God. If I say one or the other, it's going to make me look bad.
Hey, I had the reds, but honestly, I forgot the reds.
So I'm not going to lie. I like a little rosé.
Rosé, there you go. Our sponsors, Los Cuernos. Canned wine, that's for you.
Solid.
Sweet. Some of the best wine in San Diego.
There you go, exactly.
Absolutely. And they're available at Terry Cafe, which I purchased one of my Los Cuernos wines at recently.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
Welcome. This has been great. I'm repping your
I know, I appreciate you.
Agenda.
Thank you, man.
I was on your podcast.
Thank you. Both of you were, actually.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Is it cool being on somebody else's podcast? Would you rather be on your own?
No, I actually like doing interviews with other podcasts. I think I'm the same way. Like when we interview podcasters, it's such an easier conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to worry about how you're going to pull conversation out. It's also one of those things too, where it's great to be able to cross promote. It's like business to business, right? Like being able to work with another business and say, yeah, we promoted it. We worked with this podcast, this business, and I love it. I wish I could be on more podcasts just so I could talk about.
Do you watch yourself though? Because I have yet to watch.
We already know that. Yeah,
I
know you don't like to.
Yeah.
Me? Yeah, sure.
Do you?
No, I think I like watching snippets. Like,
oh, right.
I don't really mind it. I do all the editing and everything myself, so I listen back to all of the episodes when I do it.
Yeah.
But I also know this is the tricky thing about podcasting, right? Is you want the downloads and the listens and everything else. So I also kind of find myself, if I don't listen in, I'm losing out on a download this week.
Oh, yeah.
So then I have to go back and listen to again. So I listen to our podcasts, 2 or 3 times in a given time frame. Now, granted, if it's a great guest, it's fun. If it's a little bit boring, June on.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch it.
Then it makes it tough. But,
yeah.
I don't really mind watching back and listening in. There's also those points too, because I also do the social media for it. It's like you're finding new things that you kind of maybe missed in the first go round.
True.
You're like, oh man, this was a really good point that I forgot all about, right? And it's
you make good points.
So I think that's kind of a cool way to look at it. Is there's so much of the conversation that gets pulled out and you talk about.
Yeah.
That it's like every single time I listen, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot we talked about that.
Yeah, right? I know. Natron tries to get me to watch just because we can improve on ourselves. I just have a hard time. So what I'll do here's I'm giving away a secret is I'll hit play and then I'll turn the volume all the way down so that it counts as a view for me. But I won't listen to myself.
Okay.
But then I also whenever I do the edits too for our sizzle reels, so I'll put it through the app. It kicks out like 20 different things. And I just pick. I'm like, just post it. I'm like, I try not to listen to.
That's a good thing. I guess I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I listen to mine. I want to critique. I want to self-improve.
Yeah.
I want to remember that I mumble sometimes. So sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, podcast listeners.
How is it being the new co-host? Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. It's
Get
been
Susan
so fun.
out of here.
No.
Susan.
We love Susan.
Just kidding.
I think Susan and we have like a similar vibe. We kind of look similar. It just was perfect timing, I immediately clicked with June and I was like, I could see myself working more with the group. And when he asked me to hop on the podcast, I was like, I need to start pronouncing my words better. And I need to start actually putting on makeup.
Listening to people too.
I need to start listening to people. So I'm happy to be on the podcast. Yeah.
Well, that's what I love about podcasts is it's like having coffee with somebody. You just have a conversation and the true personality comes out versus it being like,
I still think it would be a good idea if you just put a recording session right in your coffee.
Yeah.
You call it the coffee session.
Yeah.
Something crazy like
True.
Coffee talk.
Coffee talk. Like You do like 40 different coffees a day.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm a nervous wreck.
look at all of the content you can.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're missing out, man.
Yesterday even. Well, every conversation is so interesting and so unique. Even yesterday, I was like, every time I say it, I should record it. I should have recorded it. But the thing is, and I'm not saying this is going to happen if you have coffee with me, but about 80% of the people I meet with end up crying at some point.
What do you do to these people?
I don't know. We just have a conversation.
So he texted me. He was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you getting ready?"
Yeah.
Yes. Well, just be prepared for
Just
waterworks.
prepared. You're going to cry. I don't know what
Right.
it is. It comes out.
We're gonna give you an onion to chop
Yeah.
up,
I
and you're
guess.
just gonna
It
start
could be.
crying.
I
Yeah.
could start singing and maybe that makes you cry. I
Oh,
don't know.
maybe.
I mean,
Yeah. Ugh.
Which is exactly why the podcast for me is my like pseudo karaoke career, pseudo comedy
wow.
career. I think if I wasn't a chiropractor, I would have maybe dabbled in stand-up comedy.
There you go.
So you guys just please feel free and make fun of me.
okay.
And
I laugh at you all the time.
I'll try and respond.
I mean,
Although one time at the group, somebody was like, "Don't you have a joke? Don't you have a joke about
Oh, yeah.
chiropractic?" I was like,
that's different though. Someone
no.
puts you on the spot. Says,
That's-
"Do you have
that's a
joke?"
little rough, I
That's a
will
little
say.
rough.
Yeah.
I'm more of a witty comedian.
I've
Right.
never been one to have like random dad jokes or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Me either.
Good.
I can't remember a joke to
I
save
can't
my
either.
life.
I-
If you told me one 5 minutes ago, I'd probably forget the
Yeah.
entire punchline.
Yeah.
I've just never been good at it. But you come up with like just random quips and everything else. It's
Yeah.
completely different. But I can't tell a joke to save my life.
Yeah.
I would be a horrible comedian.
Yeah.
Dad
to
jokes
be in
are
front of
only
people.
funny if you're like a older dad. That's
Yeah.
why they're called dad
Dad
jokes.
jokes.
So
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
don't work for us.
Are you calling him old?
No,
She
no.
is.
That's why I'm saying they don't work for you. You're too young.
She's looking at me. She's
You're
like,
too
he's
young
old.
for those jokes, young man.
Well, so then kind of go back. How long have you been in San Diego?
So I've been in San Diego since 2005.
Okay.
I was actually doing the math with somebody the other day. I've been in San Diego for now, July will be 20 years,
Nice.
right?
Yeah.
So that technically makes me a Californian
Yeah.
versus somebody from Illinois,
Oh.
right?
No, you're local now. I mean,
That's what I'm saying is now I'm actually considered a Californian.
Yeah.
I've been in California more than I was in Illinois. So
yeah.
So it's a little bit weird to think of, but yeah, I moved from Illinois to Boulder, and I did a quick 6-month stint up in Oakland,
Yeah.
which was weird,
Yeah.
and then dropped down here to San Diego.
What brought you to
Good
San
choice.
Diego?
So I've always wanted to live here. I don't know what it was. When I was growing up, I told my parents, like when I was young, like before even high school, I'm like, I'm gonna live in San Diego.
Really? Oh.
My mom's like, you've never been to San Diego. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's 75 degrees and
Yeah.
it's by the beach and so on and so forth. And I just manifestation at the early age, right? It's like,
Right.
so when I had a chance to move here, I moved here. I moved from Boulder to Oakland because of a job. And when that company sold, they let go of my position. I was like, well, I'm not going to stay in Oakland. I was dating somebody here in San Diego at the time, so I just drove down and moved into a place in Ocean Beach. And
So big.
as it always happens, when you move for somebody, we
Yeah.
broke up like 3 days later.
Okay.
So
Well,
and I
probably
was-
because she was like, "You're unemployed."
yeah.
You're
Oh
living
yeah.
in San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
I
She's
mean,
like, you're unemployed in San Diego.
yeah.
Have fun with that one. So yeah, I started my business. I guess what would be the first iteration of my current business now was started in Oakland when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And then when I got down here, it was kind of like, okay, I don't have anything else going on. Now I really have to like sink my teeth into this thing and go, because if I don't, what else am I going to do? So you have the odd jobs. I was a personal trainer in La Jolla for a little bit. I sold, randomly enough, I sold product placement in movies.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for
Oh.
like 8 months.
Like rain, storm, energy drinks by any chance?
Yeah.
Or Los Cuernos wine.
Los
Yeah.
Cuernos wine or Good on Your coffees?
Yeah. So
Fascinating.
I sold that and doing that stuff in Hollywood, and like for a Hollywood gig was
Yeah.
really interesting.
Right.
And really weird all at the same time. Like I I can't even remember at this point in time what product I sold into TV shows and movies, but there was like 2 or 3 sales. You make a nice chunk of money in those sales, but it's the most random thing because those brands aren't guaranteed to get into the edit at the back end. So if they don't, then I'm the one that hears about it. Like, well, so I was like, yep, I'm out. I don't want to. I don't want to deal with that. I don't have any control over that. And so I got done with that. Luckily, the business was kind of starting off with that. And I was in a sports marketing firm in Boulder and Oakland. So when they sold and I moved and started my own company, the old owner, who is still a really close friend of mine, was like, hey, have the couple take these clients, take these contacts, and reach out to them. It's on you. If you don't get them, you don't get them. If you do, great. I want you to have at least a head start. And so we kind of had a couple clients to get going with. It was all promotional and event marketing. So we would go and do activation for those brands at specific endurance events, triathlon, cycling, running events throughout the country. And that was great. That really carried the business for the first, 10 years. And then at that time, I also was like, well, I kind of want to dabble in the production side. Got into being from Illinois, I was like, oh, I'm going to create an adult basketball tournament. Right? But I was, and in my mind, I was like, this is great. Come to find out, years later, they would create the basketball tournament, which is a big ESPN deal, $1 million prize. Oh, yeah. Right? So I was like, and then now that that's all happened and mine kind of failed, I was like, oh, at least I knew I was on the right path. At least I had the right idea. The execution was terrible. So I did that. That actually, and this will probably go into a completely different conversation point, is I went through bankruptcy because of it, just for that one idea. So got done with that whole entire thing. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. I went on, continued to do the management side. And eventually, so that was like the first iteration of the business there. The second one was after the bankruptcy, happened. And then the third one now is what the business is currently. It's a full production company in the running space, right? Endurance Race Series, partnered with Race San Diego, which I own both of those. And we do trail running and road races here in San Diego now primarily. And so it's kind of interesting how how this one business, and everybody's like, oh, you've had three businesses to get. I'm like, no, it's been one business that is just transformed,
evolved
in the most random, most beautiful way. I think in a sense is like, and every single iteration has created this new learning experience, right?
Definitely.
And that's how business works as a business owner.
As an entrepreneur.
It really made it like, okay, now that I've got my production business, this is the stuff that I did wrong. When I went through bankruptcy, now I can apply it over here, and it makes my job so much easier when I'm talking to businesses about sponsorships, sales, and everything else because of that second iteration of the business. It's like, oh, it's great.
What do you think those things were? Those things you did wrong?
Oh, it was a lot of it came down to timing. Like I didn't have an understanding of when businesses started doing financial stuff, right? So if you're looking at a sponsorship, most companies will look at the end of third quarter, early fourth quarter to start doing budgets for the next year. Well, I'm sitting here trying to talk to them about $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 sponsorships in May and June.
Oh, right.
For the fall.
Right.
And they're looking at me like,
it's already been spent.
Like, what are you thinking? What are you doing? And I didn't understand that concept. I didn't really have that piece when I was in the sports marketing firm. Like because I didn't see that. And it just became this, okay, now I get that. But it was also how you approach those businesses, right? Like I think it was when I was first approaching them, it's a lot of cold calling. If you're not, and not everybody's going to be good at cold calling. Can I cuss on this?
Of course, yeah.
I fucking hate sales.
Yeah.
Hate it. I do not want to cold call. Like back in the day, cold call.
Right.
I know you've done it.
Oh, yeah.
Same.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Brandon, what's going on? This is going to be our biggest deal. We can't be down.
I don't know, man. I've been trying to reach tech support for hours now. They're not responding. They said they're probably not going to get back to us for the next couple days.
Tennessee Tech told you this was going to happen. Let's call them right now. They do the tech support, cybersecurity. They can help us.
Let's do it. All right, team. Great job. Because of Tennessee Tech, we were able to present this and close it. Good job, team.
On a cold calling, I hate it. I don't like not having that connection. And like most of the time, people aren't going to want to buy it from somebody who just calls them, which is really pisses me off about all the spam calls that we get nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It's like, I'm sorry, RoboCop.
Yeah.
You're going to call me up for some random loan that you're like,
Yeah.
how's that even work nowadays? So the way that cold calling was kind of going through, I was like, okay, I don't really understand how to talk to these people.
Right.
I think that kind of taught me too, like, oh, this is the way I need to approach this individual. Oh, I know somebody who knows somebody. Can you make an introduction for me? Right? Like I learned how to use my business contacts a little bit better when it came around time for it. And I didn't know that. I was just randomly shooting from the hip. And just
That's great. Well, I mean, that's a sign of a true entrepreneur, especially even the bankruptcy portion. I mean, to be able to do that, and to have that resiliency, like, were your parents entrepreneurs, or where did you get that resiliency?
I don't know. I think so. When I started the business up, my mom was like, "We didn't really see you doing that. I didn't really expect you to do that." There was some business owners in my family. My grandfather owned a life insurance company for years. Cool. So there was a little bit of that, but I didn't really have any connection to that. I didn't really see it. I was just kind of like, well, that's cool. He owns his own business, whatever. My dad was corporate in the food processing industry for 40-ish years. My mom worked in the medical hospitals and private practices and stuff. So there was no real like direct connection to business. And I think I got to a point where I was like, I just don't want to work for anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I don't mind a 9 to 5, but I just don't want to work for somebody. If I want to do something my own way, I don't want somebody, coming from the top floor to be like, hey, listen, you got to do it my way.
Right.
It's this, and knowing full well that it could be wrong, or the way I maybe manage or sell something is easier for me, right? And so I was just like, I'm kind of over it. And so that's when the whole entire idea of just starting the business kind of took off, and it was literally learning from scratch. Because when I went to college, I didn't really have that in my plan to be a business owner. In college, I was wanting to work for a professional sports team. Do that. Work for them in some category department in a team, and just call it good. And just so I didn't really go into a lot of the business management side of things. So
you just kind of,
it was like, hey, let's just start from scratch and see what happens.
Amazing.
And it's the ignorance is bliss mentality.
Sure.
Really is what it came down to. Is like, you shouldn't be doing that. Well, I just did.
Right. No, exactly.
Now what?
So and that's when you talk to a lot of the business owners here in the group and wherever, it's kind of like I just tell them, like, man, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Like, you do you.
Right.
And if
you gotta have to have this like undying belief in yourself and just do it. Figure it out.
100%.
So it's like,
and I think that's what it was. Is like I kind of knew that I was like, I'm good at what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I just need to be able to do it on my own.
Right.
And so that's where it kind of all just started there. So
well, everything's tied to athletics. Like,
yeah.
Like, what sport did you play?
So I played college. I played basketball and football through high school, and then I played college basketball for 2 years.
Oh, you did? Okay, great.
And then blew my knee out, and that kind of ended it. But it also kind of got me on the path where I wanted to go. Like, oh yeah, I definitely know that I want to do this and work in athletics and be on the business side of things.
Yeah.
And I had some really good friends that were in that same direction. And it was weird. Like I'm going to date myself here. So when I was in college in the 90s, sports marketing and sports management weren't a thing.
Right.
It was a very niche category for schooling. I think there was only like 5 universities in the country that actually offered that program, and most of it was graduate programs. So when I was going to school, it was like, well, I have to get into the graduate program to even look into this. And luckily, one of the undergrad program that I was at Western Illinois, they were one of the 5 schools that offered sports management as a program, and so I'm like, all right, well, this is the direction I want to go. And it, a few of my classmates at the time ended up getting into that program, and I've had a friend of mine has been the manager of the Orange Bowl.
Wow.
Down in Florida for years. He manages the entire thing, operations manager. I've got some other friends from that program that have worked with the Washington Nationals and Minnesota Lynx.
It's a good program.
So I'm like, oh man, this is like, it turned out to be some really great programs at the time. And looking back at it, I'm very happy that I had that chance to do that. But it's now kind of more of a broad spectrum. Like almost every single school offers some kind of sports management and sports marketing degree now. So it's great. So the athletic thing was always a path that I wanted to do. And I think being in a small Midwest town,
right?
I kind of you always like athletics are a huge part of that culture because there's nothing else to do.
Getting out of that small Midwest town.
Sure.
So I think it was kind of like, hey, this is the way I want to go.
That's amazing.
This is it or nothing. Right?
Yeah. Well, plus though, I think, and that's what I've seen a common trait with entrepreneurs, especially with athletics. If they have a background in athletics, they work harder because they know what it takes. And they push themselves. And not only that, is you get comfortable in uncomfortable situations. We say that all the time. And I think for you, even if you had, because with athletics, there's constant failure. So you have to become resilient. So I think it just transferred over from your days of playing.
Yeah, I think so. I would kind of look at it that way.
Yeah.
It's like you have a terrible game, you get back, you go to practice, and you keep going, right?
Yeah.
It's not about how many times you fall, it's how many times you get back up.
Right.
And so that's kind of just carried over. So it's kind of how I kind of roll through my business now.
Yeah, I just had a discussion yesterday with somebody at coffee, my 50th coffee yesterday, but we were talking about kids these days with the participation award.
Oh God.
The resiliency isn't there because, why try hard if you know you're going to get something anyways?
Yeah.
You're going to get a ribbon anyway. So
what do you guys think about participation awards?
It's the worst thing to happen. That's not an award.
No, I hate it. I so want us to go back to.
Let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of it.
If you don't get first, second, or third, you don't get a trophy.
Yeah.
And not even third. Sorry. There's a winner and there's a loser. There's a first place and a second place.
There is. I mean, I look at it as it doesn't really teach kids anything. And you could see it now and sorry if people don't like that mentality, but it's definitely transferred over into the adult realm of, hey, well, I deserve this.
Right. Exactly.
I should be awarded this because I at least attempted.
Yeah, and the first time somebody that hasn't done athletics and hasn't lost, the first time they're in adult life and they run into an issue, they don't know what to do. They kind of fold.
Right.
And so it's,
Same thing goes for business. Same thing goes for personal relationships. If your business, you don't just open the door and people start walking in. They're like, wait, but I deserve the business. You don't deserve nothing. You have to work for it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's wild. So when you were in college, did you get your degree in sports marketing?
So my undergrad was, the way that my program had to work is it was weird. Physical education, non-teaching, business management as my minor.
Rad.
So I had to do all these one credit sports. Why? I don't know. That's the only way that the school could kind of categorize that going into sports management. Right. It was the worst. most of the time you take 18 credits and it's like 5 classes.
Yeah.
I ended up having to take like
Yeah.
8 or 9 classes in a given semester because everything was one credit.
One credit.
Hey, you got to learn how to coach tennis, pickleball, basketball.
Oh.
You got to take a relaxation class or yoga class.
Right. It's only one.
And you have to pay for it.
It's only one credit. I'm like, what's this even doing? Like, why am I wasting my time doing
Yeah.
this?
Maybe you became more well-rounded for that because
maybe?
marketing in the 90s wouldn't necessarily
No, it wouldn't
be
translate.
marketing
Yeah,
to
it wouldn't translate.
2025.
It wouldn't translate. So when I got done with undergrad, I did get into graduate school at Western Illinois, and it was a full-on sports management program.
So cool.
Business law and statistics and facility management and all that stuff that was like, oh, this is actually interesting to me. And I was I kind of knowing that I wanted to go that direction. It's like I've had this conversation on our podcast before. Is like general ed classes to me are a waste of time.
Yeah.
Yep.
I understand that if you're going in a certain direction for your business path, there may be 1 or 2 classes that will help you get to the right mentality and the right studies for that. But don't make these freshmen and sophomores in college take a history class or a social studies
if
class.
it's not going to be.
If you're in a business side of things.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me, and
Money.
it's all about money. Right?
Yeah, money.
And I think that was I was a terrible student in college. I barely graduated with a 1.6, and it was because I just hated all the classes that I had to take, and I was lucky enough that I had somebody who helped me get into grad school on a probationary deal, and that pushed me to like, okay, I'm in this. Somebody helped me get here. I've now taken classes that I really enjoyed. I ended up graduating grad school with a 3.0.
Amazing.
Oh, wow.
And that just kind of showed me and my friends and family. I'm like, oh, you you really weren't enjoying what you were doing.
Yeah.
You weren't really like, yes, party in college, you have a good time.
Yeah.
Maybe missed a class or 2, whatever. But it just was one of those things. Like I just didn't really like what I was being taught.
Yeah.
In some of those classes, I'm like, why am I taking this class? It doesn't really make sense. Like I had to take a computer science class, which was like coding.
Right.
And now again, like you said,
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense anymore. Like
Although at the same time in the 90s, if you would have followed through, you probably would have.
I would have probably been working for one of these tech companies, and I'd probably been not sitting here.
Sure. Yeah. You probably own this. So, yeah.
I think the sign of a good business owner is didn't do well in school.
Yeah.
All of the best business people I know had terrible grades.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was tricky, but I'm happy that's the path that it ended up being, because it taught me a lot about who I was and who I am, because I was like, oh, this schooling sucks, but at least I know that when I got to grad school, I was actually like, oh, I actually enjoy learning.
Yeah.
Right.
And that has brought it into the adult side of things, where for my business, I love learning new things. I love learning from new people that I meet, right? Like I've taught myself how to be a graphic designer because I design all of our shirts and medals for our races. I've taught myself how to edit our podcast and
sound like me.
do video production because of it.
Yeah.
So there's things that I'm like, oh, I really enjoyed learning this stuff, and I think it's through those lessons I learned in college. It's like, oh, I actually enjoy doing this type of stuff, right? So it's been fun as a business owner to kind of tap into new things.
Well, the thing too, like the struggles you go through as a business owner, if you enjoy doing it, it's a lot easier to manage.
It is.
Than if you're forced to do something, you're like, oh, great. And it's hard to push through. That's why I see a lot of people that have their dream job, but they're miserable because they're not doing it for themselves. They're just doing it for the paycheck. So.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys feel. I've always been somebody who wants to do what they love versus paycheck.
That's
money's great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But money's not the be all end all, I think. And it's like if I'm in a terrible job and I just can't stand going to work, I'm making a lot of money. Like, what's the point of it? I really don't care. I would much rather have a job where I can come to do a podcast midday, work on my own hours, and really enjoy connecting with the people I want to connect with, and not have to worry about, oh, well, yeah, I'm making some money. This is great. I don't, but I'm enjoying my life.
Absolutely.
I'm loving living where I'm at.
Yeah.
Who I connect with and all that stuff.
Hey, can you believe we have 336 members now of the group?
I know. Crazy
growing
how
so much.
fast that was actually in a
Let's
year.
celebrate.
Okay, you're always wanting, look at that. Look how quick he is to celebrate.
Well, we have to celebrate.
What are you looking for though?
With that corkscrew.
Tune. Los Cuernos. No corkscrew needed. What do you want? You want a rosé? Red. Another red. But you want Chardonnay, I'm sure.
Chardonnay, this is
Pop that open.
That's true. I mean, you can travel to third world countries and they have nothing, and they're so happy.
Yeah.
And so it really doesn't take a lot. And I've mentioned it before. I know a billionaire that just recently went public, and he's miserable. He has all the money in the world, but he's miserable. It's just, missed his kids growing up. He's neglected his wife. He's having to travel because now he's a publicly traded company. So, there's a balance. To live in San Diego, you do need money, but I feel like you can follow your passion and make money at the same time. So,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, and you're doing a great job.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm attempting.
You always look like you're having
Doing it.
fun. You and Omar.
I try.
Yeah.
If nothing else, at least I'm having fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Fake it till they make it, I guess is what they always say. So
Yeah.
I always have the mentality of, even if you make it in something, it's like, hey, as long as you fake it, people,
Yeah.
if you're having a good time with it.
Yeah. Well, that's what's great. I mean, you're a big guy. You walk in, you could be intimidating, but you're always smiling.
fat.
Yeah.
See how that
Big bone, okay?
He's horizontally challenged. So, But you come in and you could be intimidating, but you're not. You always come in smiling, you're always talking to everyone. And it's
yes, and I've it's kind of weird how you go through life, and as you're a bigger guy, and when you're in college, everybody's like, oh, let's pick on the big guy. Let's go after that guy. And then as you get, so I think that's kind of, pushed me into this zone of, I always want to be smiling and have a good time and be personable to everybody, because I don't want anybody to be intimidated by, my size or whatever, right? So that's kind of carried over to the business side of things.
Yeah.
One of the things that when I was here a few weeks ago, you were talking about tattoos.
Yeah.
Right? And you and I are the same. We've got sleeves and stuff. And it used to be something where I always wanted to cover up my sleeves.
Sure.
When you go to business meetings or you go to trade shows or whatever, because you wanted people to, you didn't want to be
Yeah.
I don't really want to talk. Why would I
Find you
talk to them?
approachable.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And so now you made that point. It's like, you know what? I wear short sleeves all the time.
Yeah.
This is who I am.
Exactly.
Right. And I
Yeah.
think it's kind of transitioned into, yes, I want people to know who I am, and this is my personality.
Yeah.
Right. This is what I'm going to bring to the table versus always trying to cover it up. And I think that kind of carries over in a bunch of different angles of business and personal relationships and social scenes and everything else. So when you said that, I was like, I totally understand.
Because the thing too is, I always want to work. I do a lot, but I always want to work with people that want to work with me, not this image of me.
Yes.
And so that's the thing. If I have to cover this up, and my mom doesn't watch the podcast, she still doesn't know I have this, so she's the only person I hide this from. So sorry, Mom, if you're watching this.
My grandma was the same way though. So
Oh,
I
really?
always had to do that around my grandma. It's a respect thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I wear long sleeves around my mom. Other than that, though, I want them to work with me because I don't want it to be this image or I have to act a certain way, because then it becomes a job. It's,
Definitely. If you have a sleeve, you're wearing your heart on your sleeve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
You need to start covering up your tattoos.
Yeah, I know.
I actually, I do. I have one
You have one.
tattoo. And my
Don't tell
mom,
me it's a tramp stamp.
It's better than a tramp stamp. It's better than a tramp
Okay.
stamp, but it's almost like worse than a tramp stamp. And my mom has known about it for many, many years, but when I wear shorts and she sees it, she's always like, when did you get that tattoo?
Oh, she
I'm
always
like,
forgets.
You've seen
Oh,
it.
no way.
You've seen it like 10 times.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're talking about authenticity, showing our true selves. How would you say your business and your marketing is evolved into 2025 versus whatever you learned back when you were in college?
I think because I'm in the industry that I'm in, like I'm in a very social, very like open industry of the running industry here in San Diego.
Right.
I will fight tooth and nail to anybody else that says otherwise, but I feel San Diego has the best running community in the country,
Okay.
trail or road. Everybody's friendly. Everybody wants to go and support one another. If you're a trail runner, you're out helping other people out on the trails. You're out there helping clean up the trails, whatever it is. I think the running community is the best in the country. I think that has also allowed me to, again, be a little bit more authentic with the way I approach our customer and the companies that are involved with this. You know, beforehand, when I wasn't in this space, it was more of that sell, like you're just somebody on the other side of the email or phone, no real connection whatsoever, right? It was harder, and when you were in person, it was harder. I felt like it was harder to connect. And I think a lot of the social media has helped out with that, right? Because social media has allowed the overall landscape of our like humanity to be a little bit more personal about it. It's also been on the bad side too, where people can be, just as mean and everything else. But
Totally.
I feel people are a lot more comfortable going out and talking to people and being in camera or talking on mics or whatever it is, right? So I think I've kind of generate everything based on that. Is social media is, for the good and bad, has really directed how we do stuff within our community. And I'm lucky that I can be as authentic as I possibly can because that's what my consumers want. They want me to, I love being at the finish line, being able to cheer people on and say, June, congratulations on your finish.
Yes.
Like this is awesome. How'd you feel about and ask questions about the event and make sure that if you have a bad experience, I want to know about it. I want to hear about what can I do to change this or update the event or whatever, right? And if that could be the first place person, it could be the last place person. And I want everybody to feel that they got the experience that everybody else did.
Right.
And so it's kind of helped out with being in that industry has made me even more authentic as I've grown in this business to like, okay, this is what the consumer wants. This is what the consumer is going to get as far as they know who I am. And that goes back to, showing who you are.
Well, it goes back to you wanting to be treated, or you're treating them like you'd like to be treated. It's kind of old school values.
Exactly.
I feel like that's it.
If I'm going to go to a run and be one of the slowest runners and finish in last place, I would hope that there would be somebody there to support me and cheer me on.
Right.
And I got that feeling when I did the Challenge Athletes does their big triathlon in October down in La Jolla. And you can do it individually or you can do it as a team. And the one year I did it, I did the cycling aspect of it, and it's a 100-mile ride or something like that, or 50-mile ride. Anyway, I ended up being one of the last people to cross the finish line. They were already packed up, like everything was already packed up. Nobody was around. And not to say anything bad about CAF because it's not on them, but it was just one of those things. Like I had that feeling of, well, shit.
Oh, right.
What did I just do this for?
Yeah.
Like nobody's here supporting the last runner, and I wasn't even the last one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I looked at that as I don't ever want any of my participants to feel that way. So the start line, finish line, the PA system, everything else can be put up. We don't need all of our tents and everything else.
Right.
That can go away. But as long as that finish line and there's supporters there cheering people on, it could be 3 people hanging out and cheering them on as loud as they possibly can.
I love it.
I want each and every one of our runners to have that experience of what that first runner had, right? Because I had that experience of like, well, shit. I just did 50 miles. Like, granted, I feel like I didn't do anything. I just was out there on my own ride, right? And I'm like, So that's kind of helped generate too some of that authenticity of like really wanting to support the community.
I love that. That's why he's part of the group. That's the one thing too. When we have the group, we want to be there for people because we've gone through our own trial. Everybody's gone through their own trials. We want that support, and that's what we want to. We want to kind of represent. But people always ask what the secret sauce for the group is. Now we have over 500 plus members. I make sure I meet with everybody for coffee. I make sure that it's personal. I make sure that I help everybody out. It's just kind of the same feeling. It's like, as long as you feel supported, I mean, you're going to keep coming back. You're going to keep coming back. You're going to talk about it.
Yes.
So.
And that's the thing that we look at. We, for our races, we do 7, 8, 9 events a year, and we see 40% of our participants come back for multiple events.
Nice.
And a lot of it has to do, we put on good events, but I like to try and make sure that everybody is seen.
Right.
Everybody is like, hey, how was your experience? How was this? How was this?
That's great.
Thanks for being here. And being able to talk to as many people as I possibly can at events. And I think that has kind of just helped grow the events and seeing the returns on the individual. And that's the same way that the group is. Like you get somebody who comes here for the first time, they get that feeling of, oh my God, this is really fun. This is inviting. I met 5 people in the first time around, and it keeps bringing people back because the environment that's created here, and it's awesome. Thanks to good on you for coming in and picking up, the new location.
Right. Totally.
And we filled that up.
I honestly think yes, you have, but I think this environment here versus what you previously had, although great, this is a lot more inviting.
Exactly.
People can sit down on the deck, you can hang out, and I think it creates this more of a very laid back, casual. I don't have to be business side.
It's almost like a backyard
hang out
patio. You're hanging out.
So, good for you to work with these guys because this was amazing. It's a great setup for these guys.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Cool. Well, and the thing too for you, it's such a testament to you that you have this mentality, but you also have really good people around you, like Jim, O'Hara, Omar. You have a lot of good people with different parts of your business.
I think that's the thing with any business owner, right? It's surrounding yourself with people that are going to push you to be better.
Right.
And people that are, going to sit there and listen to what you have to say, but also like, hey, have you ever thought about this?
Right.
And kind of have those differing opinions that are going to push you. And that's, from a business owner perspective, if anybody's looking into who you should surround your team with, it's those people that are going to push you. You don't have to agree on everything, and you shouldn't agree on everything. But if you bring those people in that are make you think in a different form or fashion about something, maybe we can pull this together because of that, conversation. So, I've always been trying to surround myself with, staff or business partners or groups that have always pushed me to want to think outside the box, be different. That's why I also like going to a lot of different events, from a sports perspective. And what that looks like. For an example, I sold my Colorado events in 2024. And so it was part of that contract of sale was to go back to Colorado a couple times this year and help them with transition.
Nice.
I was there last month, and when I saw the setup and how they were approaching the participant and the setup, I was like, oh, this is I'm glad that this has been carried on, but I love the way you guys set this up over here.
Right.
And I love the way you did this for your participants.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring this over, and you kind of can see what other people are doing and partner with it. And it's again just creating that group of individuals or people or groups that really can feed on everything else, right? And so that was really cool. So I like to try and go out and do that. So going out to different events, whether it's a sports event or a men's group or whatever it is, right? Somebody's always going to have this one idea that you're like, ooh, that's a good one.
that makes you coachable. And that's the major thing of going from a team sport to now an individual sport as a trail runner and a racer. It's like now you're a solo athlete, or going from, you know, a college athletic career into now an adult competition career. It's like, where's my coach at? Where are my teammates? I have to go find them on my own, I guess. And you're already in this position of always being coachable and wanting to improve.
How good was that episode?
So good. Let's celebrate.
Where do you want to go?
JoJo's Creamery.
Ooh, my favorite. Look at all the flavors.
They even have vegan.
Ooh, awesome.
Hi, welcome in, you guys.
Hi, thank you. How are you?
Good. Is there anything I can get started for you?
My go-to is peanut butter cup and coconut almonds.
I'm going to do coconut mounds in a cup, please.
All right, that'll be $15.85.
All right. Wait, my wallet.
June, you can use repegs.
Oh, that's right.
And you guys get 2 free cookies with those.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Repegs is so easy to use. Thanks a lot.
I try. I think that's, again, that comes down to, like, if you're not learning every single day,
Yeah.
then what's going on? Like, you should learn something every day. Or you should learn something from somebody
Right.
every single day.
Try something new
They try
every
something
day.
new, you
Yeah.
know. And I'll tell Gregory this hand door fist. Like, when we had Gregory on, Gregory Benedict.
Oh, yeah.
When I had him on the podcast.
Yeah.
That is still, and no offense to either one of you,
Sure.
that is still my favorite conversation. I have.
We're gonna edit that out, by the way, but okay.
Gregory, I got you. His conversation about bold action
Yeah.
and just going out and attempting something
Yeah.
is going to benefit you in some form. You might not get the
Absolutely.
answer you want,
Right.
but at least you've learned something about yourself at that moment. And you've learned something like, oh, if I can't do it this way, maybe I do it this way.
Yeah.
So his conversation that we had, it was like, it speaks to me. Like, if I want something, like, I need to go out and at least attempt it.
Right.
Yeah.
And if I haven't talked to a specific individual in an industry, you know, a major CEO, executive,
Right.
tech company, whatever, like, hey, how can I find a way to,
Right.
like, connect with that person? Like,
Yeah.
let's make this happen.
Yeah,
somehow.
because what's worse that can happen? Because a lot of times you overthink. You're like, well, okay, I need to get in contact with that person. So if I think about this, why don't you just do it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just I never wanted to be an overthinker,
Yeah,
right? It's kind of like, all right, I'll think about it. Okay, go.
yeah,
And it's just, you want to make sure that, I don't know, I just, like, again, it comes down to wanting to meet new people all the time. And I'm like, you're not attempting to at least do the outreach. Like,
right.
you're just going to be stuck in your own bubble the entire
And
time.
yeah,
So it's like,
you don't know what could happen, and that's why I do these coffees with so many people.
Yeah.
You never know what's gonna come of it. I mean, I don't go with the intention of getting anything except for having a conversation.
Yeah.
But beautiful things happen. So
Yeah.
it's
Isn't it funny though that cold calling gives you that extra like
Yeah.
whatever, who cares? Like if they say no, who cares? If they hang up on me, who cares?
Yeah.
If that
'Cause
deal
you don't know
doesn't
them.
go through, who
Yeah.
cares?
because I have had to cold call.
and that's it's funny you say that. I talk about, nobody wants to cold call anymore,
Yeah.
but that's really as trying to meet new people
Yeah.
coming into the group.
Right.
And like, hey, I'm Jeff,
Yeah.
right? That's a cold call.
Right.
So cold calling has taken on mentally it's taken on it takes on a different form. And I think that's a different transition of how this society now is.
It works
Great
every time,
training.
so,
Great
yeah.
training.
It is.
If you never worked in a call center, go rent one and just try
Just
it out.
try it out. Yeah.
Well, you can be whoever you want. That's the thing on the phone. So
Yeah.
I always tell people, you can be, if you want to try to be be that person.
Yeah.
Be an actor. Use an accent. Do whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be whatever you want. So.
Give us your best cold call voice. That's the thing.
You know, honestly, this is my voice. This is my voice. I call with this voice.
Yes.
But but what I do though is, especially now, it's a lot more strategic. So this is consulting. I have all the other businesses, but what I'll do is I utilize LinkedIn a lot because it's big on just business. And so what I'll do is I'll connect with people. I generally do want to connect with you, but I connect with people on LinkedIn, but I connect with multiple people within that organization.
Yeah.
Because the first thing that they do is someone can see that you're looking at their LinkedIn, right?
Yeah.
Well, first thing they're going to do is click on it. And if they see you're connected with someone else in their company, it's not a cold call anymore. Now it's a warm call.
There you go.
So then I go through that process, make the contact, and then it.
See, I just learned something here because
Yeah.
I'm not a great social media person. That's why I hire people to do my social media. Sorry, that's behind the scenes there.
Behind the
But
Nobody watches this, don't worry.
yeah, exactly. So I don't really get on LinkedIn. I've got the LinkedIn profile, but I'm like, it's one of those things like, oh,
Yeah.
it's just another platform.
I agree.
And it's like, I don't really have time for it. But then it comes down to, who's in this company? How do
Yeah.
you find out? And that's how I use it.
But
I
it's
never
much
really-
more effective
But I
than
never
Instagram.
really get like
Yeah.
connected to anybody because I'm just like, I just want to look and see who's working on the company. And then I try to
Right.
find out who. Then I'm like, oh, my buddy
Yeah, it's connected
knows,
with them.
knows this person,
Right.
so I'm gonna call my buddy and like, hey, can you
Yeah.
just connect me to? That's how I've
Yeah.
used LinkedIn because again, that's kind of the warm.
Yeah,
aspect
you're
of it,
turning the
too.
cold call into a warm call.
I need to look at LinkedIn a little bit better
Yeah.
from that perspective because
Right.
I don't really approach it that way.
Yeah.
We'll talk off camera.
You use your old school values
I do.
and they work
Yeah.
for you.
I do. I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel ya.
Yeah.
I'm just a podunk redneck in Illinois,
Hey.
and I like
Well, no,
to
now you're-
mentally think that sometimes.
20 years in California. Now you're just a local. You're
You've been paying
Cali-
California
yeah.
taxes. You're a Californian.
You're a Californian. So what's the goal for your company kind of going forward? What's are you going to go national with it, or do you just like the?
So, which company are we going to talk about here?
Yeah, there you go.
I have 8 companies, by the way. No, I feel like that sometimes.
Yeah.
I think from my race business, the endurance race series, we downsized, going from Colorado and San Diego to just San Diego. I did that on purpose because I wanted to focus on the community here a little bit more. I also didn't really want to travel for work as much anymore. You know, I've been traveling for work for the last 25 years, and it got to a point where I was like, I just want to spend my summers here. So that business is going to grow more locally. We're doing some community events this summer. I'm putting on some 5K fun run that's all community driven, like 75 to 100 people.
Great.
And you come out, you purchase a race ticket, and you get a food ticket to go with it. Like we partner with a local food truck and come out and hang out with people you haven't seen in a while. Bring your family, bring your friends, after work, and come and do this happy hour run. So we're doing a few of those this summer just to, again, build community, keep community like connected. And then next summer, when I'm not connected at all to Colorado, we'll start growing more events, doing a few more events here in San Diego. The races that we have currently will stay where they are. We're just going to grow those events internally, right? Like try and do more within those events to build a better experience. Race San Diego, again, another race business. It's the same thing. We're just trying to build out events here and build a community within that brand. So it's road versus trail brands. It's kind of how I connect or disconnect, but also keep both of them connected a little bit. From a podcast perspective, it's as much as we can like talk to people and get conversations going. Like I would love, and I say this a lot, like if I could just retire today and just be a podcaster,
right?
100%, and just talk to people and learn from people and have really, really cool conversations like this, like that's what I would want to do. So if anybody wants to pay me to do podcasting,
There you go.
Okay.
Sponsors.
Nice.
So yeah, we're going to continue to grow that, and I don't know how much you guys do with the Zoom, remote podcasting. I don't really
I like it
that.
in person.
I like it in
Same,
person.
same.
Yeah.
We will do that if we need to. If we really want to talk to somebody that can't be in person here,
Right.
we do everything in person, but we're gonna keep trying to build the in person, podcasting stuff, and do that. But who knows? I mean, it's just kind of play with it and see how it goes.
I love it.
So
I love the chemistry you and Omar have.
Yes.
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have
Watching you
great
guys.
banter, great
Yeah.
camaraderie.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. It's the dynamic between the two of us is really good. It makes it easy. I also feel bad because a lot of people can't get a word in sometimes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Is that what happened?
June talks just about as much as
Yeah,
us. So.
exactly. Yeah. Can't help it.
So June got in a lot of words. I think Omar talked a little bit more than you did on that show. So
You know,
thought-
I love his laugh. Omar's laugh
Yeah.
is like,
Yeah, it is.
okay,
It's
all of this could be cut
it's a
out.
gut. Like, yeah.
He doesn't need to hear
Yeah.
great laugh, Omar.
this. Yeah, one of our guests said Omar has the voice of an angel.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not going to say who it was.
Voice of an angel.
Yeah. But you'll have to listen to our episodes to
That's
find
not-
out
Yeah.
who said it.
Yeah, that's not how I would describe Omar, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he had a voice
a
of an angel.
super Latino, like
Yeah,
strong, heavy lifting angel.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. There was no description of what that angel looked like.
Yeah. Wow.
He is the epitome of voice of radio and not the face for TV. Love you, buddy.
That's a promo right there. There you go. That's what we're gonna use. No, that's amazing. But the thing too, that's why I always tell everyone, because that's what we found too with the group, to kind of grow the brand, but really get people to understand what the person behind the business is. The podcast's been great, but you know, we've always said we have over 500 members. If you need a guest, there's over 500 people that you can utilize.
Yeah, we definitely we've had 8 or 9 guests for sure on
I've seen
easily
it. Yeah.
through the group, and it's
Yes.
and every single time we have one of those guests on, you know, we always reference the group in it. I mean, that's
I
the
love
thing
it.
we make sure that's hey, this is how we met.
Yeah, definitely.
This is the way we got connected then. And we talk about it. That's part of the conversation is when we do bring people in from the group. And we try, and as people that aren't part of the group that come on our show, we always reference the group as well. Like, hey, if you guys haven't had a chance to see what the group's all about, you should go check it out on Fridays.
Thank you.
And, you know, at least experience it and go and see. If it's not for you, it's not for you.
Right.
But it definitely brings out a lot of ideas and
Right.
help from people you wouldn't actually imagine.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the group. This is our warm lead generator. It's like
Yeah.
if you're warmly wanting an introduction to be on more podcasts, if you want to make more connections through business and you don't like LinkedIn, just come to the group. You'll probably find the person that you're looking for, or you can ask when you're on the podcast, hey, anybody else have
Absolutely.
another podcast? Hey, anybody else want to have a race in San Diego
Yeah.
this summer? Because
Well,
you're making me want to compete now again.
There you go. Exactly.
I expect both of you to be at one of my races
I'm
coming
in.
up.
I'm a very still.
Yeah.
Do you have any yogging races?
Yeah.
Yogging, yes. We love yogging.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I'll
Yes.
sign me up for that.
Yeah.
Well, I was just telling Natron earlier, I think I might have told you this what, 10, 15 years ago, I did the 5K Mission Bay run.
Nice.
And so, you know, I show up, I'm like, I don't run, but sure, I'm athletic, I can do it. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, hey, I'm keeping track of all the men. I'm like, doing pretty good. I'm actually top 3 right now. I'm like, I hit the pad at the end. I look at the board, I don't see my name. I was like, what? I know that was him. And then I look over it, I was first in the women's bracket. Because my name, they somehow put me under the women's.
Oh
So
my gosh.
Did you win
the women's category?
I did. I took the prize. I
Dang.
walked away. I was like, hey, a win's a win.
Solid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's the last time I ran a marathon, but I might have to bring it back. But you know what category do you put me in?
Okay. Okay.
Sure.
Well, we'll have the group race, and you can be. We'll have a.
Oh yeah, there you go.
We'll have a.
Well, we have the pickleball team. We're gonna start a golf club.
How's the pickleball
So
group going?
I've avoided pickleball for forever.
Okay.
Like, no, that's not a sport. That's just you have fun.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I love grappling. I love basketball. Finally, I was like, all right, fine. You know, I had them start the pickleball. I tried it. I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed now.
Yeah.
I
I
get
feel like
it.
you definitely have to be of a certain age to start playing.
Yeah, you kind of do.
You don't really see 18-year-olds
No.
out there doing it. You have to be
No.
like
Yeah. Yeah. It's
30 plus, I think.
Yeah. Well, you know, and it's not necessarily a sport either. What it feels like, it's like if you go to the beach and you're hitting the paddles back and
Yeah.
forth, the ball, it's like that. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's not, because I played for 3 hours like 2 weeks ago. You're not tired.
Funny enough, so growing up in the Midwest, doing PE classes, And if people don't know what PE classes are, for those that are young,
yeah.
it's physical education that you do during school that they don't do anymore.
Yeah.
Wait, what? They don't do PE anymore?
So, for
Yeah.
those that wanted some physical activity during the school session, that's when you had that class. Anyway, I digress.
All right, we've done a great job of branding the group and Heart of the Matter. We've grown to close to 600 people. Now, how do we market this? How do we get out there? Do we do SEO? How do we get the news out there?
Coast News Group.
On one of our PE classes, we would always play pickleball.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
In high school, so this was back in the early '90s.
Whoa.
That we
I
had
thought that was a
played.
new sport.
You guys
I know,
invented
that's right.
pickleball in Illinois.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
So yeah, we would play pickleball
What?
in
Ah,
high
I
school.
thought it was a new sport.
No, in high school PE, we were playing pickleball, and then as I was telling you, I had to do a lot of those sports education classes and how to coach. Pickleball was one of them.
Oh.
I actually, another side note is one of those classes was we had to coach special needs athletes.
Yeah.
I got my certification in pickleball
Oh, you're
Wow.
kidding.
to coach Special Olympics.
Oh.
Now, granted, that's way past. I'm not in
Yeah.
that anymore. But when I was in college, that was one of the things we had to do. So pickleball's been around for a while. It's
didn't
kind
know
of
that.
funny to me, knowing that we had to play that
Yeah.
in the early '90s in
And then
high
now it's a
school.
big thing.
Now it's this huge thing. It's the largest growing sport in the world. You're like,
Yeah.
what the heck just happened here?
Do you
Okay.
play now or no?
No.
Okay. see,
Would you
so-
be interested in hosting pickleball tournament events?
I'm not going to say no.
That could be a cool new
Yeah.
business. Cool new business.
I will never say no to anything. I'll at least
Yeah.
think about it for sure. I don't know anything about the sport anymore.
Yeah.
And
But you're certified.
I used to be certified. Yes. Yes. I think if I was to pick it up, I think I would probably pick it up pretty quickly.
Yeah. I pick it up quick.
It amazes me how many people are playing now and how many courts have turned in from tennis
Right.
to pickleball.
Right.
Yeah.
And what I love is the divide
Oh,
between
yeah.
tennis
Yeah.
They get upset.
and
Yeah.
pickleball.
Yeah.
College tennis player.
Like,
So, yeah.
it's like this Bloods and Crips type of thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
Absolutely.
no,
Yeah.
you can't wear
Yeah.
this. You can't play with this paddle. You can't do like. I
Yeah.
love hearing people talk about tennis versus pickleball.
Well,
It's
after
awesome.
both of you guys hurt yourself playing pickleball, you can come to
Oh.
the chiropractor. I'll tune you up, and then we can start playing tennis.
There you go. Well, and the thing too is, I mean, it's on ESPN, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
The
It's not
Ocho? Oh
yeah.
no, the Ocho.
on regular
no, it's on
ESPN.
regular ESPN.
Regular ESPN.
Okay.
Those,
And-
but,
Alright.
but if you watch professional pickleball,
Yeah.
oh my God,
Yeah.
watch out for the little granny. She'll
Yeah.
tear you
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah, and
They
then they
can
get
dink.
angry. There's
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
I saw a Instagram video where a guy got head kicked in a pickleball game because he got so mad. I'm like,
Yes,
"Are you-
yeah.
you're playing pickleball.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's
Yeah.
probably going to be the next Olympic sport. I don't think it's going to be for the LA Games. I don't think.
and we
but-
don't have grappling, but we have pickleball.
Oh my
Yeah.
That makes
goodness.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to protect yourself on the pickleball court, so you have to go to jujitsu
Yes.
so you can
Yeah.
fight the other pickleball
Yeah.
members.
Speaking
Yeah.
of which, I'm still waiting for you in the academy. You got to come do some jujitsu.
Okay.
There you go. He's in.
Okay.
And then I'll
come
do
in.
one of your races.
Good deal.
There you
Good
go.
deal.
That's
All
a
right.
good deal.
This is a good deal.
Yeah.
And it's on camera, so
And
yeah.
on
so-
camera.
You
It's gonna be a
manifested it.
podcast.
You're manifesting it.
Yes, exactly. So, what's the best way for people to get a hold of you, get into your
So
races?
if you want to listen to the No Fixed Agenda podcast, you can go to nofixedagendapodcast.com. You can also stream on any service that's out there where you find your favorite podcast. And it's just No Fixed Agenda podcast. If you want to check out any of our races, it's enduranceraceseries.com. And our Instagram is ERS events for those. So
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So
This
fun.
is awesome. Well, again, Jeff, thanks again.
guys.
We'll see you on Fridays, but we'll see you on the pickleball court, on your races, in the jiu-jitsu mats. Again, reach out to him.
yeah.
Great guy.
Solid.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you
Jeff
so much.
Stoner, best name.
Yeah. Like and subscribe on YouTube and Spotify.